Hello students, my name is Niyati Seth and thanks for watching Edupedia Word videos. My topic for the presentation is 7th section of the chapter Plant Growth and Development. In this section of the video, we will continue to discuss about plant growth regulators. In common language, we call them as phytohormones or the hormones which are present in plants. So, we will discuss about the second hormone, that is gibberellins. In my previous section of the presentation, I have already taught you about auxins. So let's proceed towards our topic, that is gibberellins. Gibberellins, they are another kind of promotory plant growth regulators. These are acidic plant growth regulators. PGR is plant growth regulator. Okay, students, there are more than 100 gibberellins reported from widely different organisms such as fungi and higher plants. E. Kurosawa, he was the scientist who treated sterile filtrates of Gibberella fujicoria. It's a fungus that causes Botany disease or foolish seedling in rice. Okay, so what he did? He treated sterile filtrate of Gibberella fujicoria, which is a fungus, to healthy rice seed. And then what happened? As a result, it showed the symptoms of Botany diseases. Later, the active substances were identified. And what they were named as? They were named as gibberellic acid. Okay? So there are more than 100 gibberellins. Till date, they are denoted as GA1, GA2, GA3, etc. Okay, and so on. However, gibberellic acid GA3, okay, which is also called as terpenes. It is one of the most or first gibberellin to be discovered and remains the most intensively studied form. And the students, please note that all GAs, that is GA1, GA2, GA3, be it any GA, they all are acidic in nature. That's why gibberellins are acidic plant growth regulators. So a question may come, which plant growth regulator is acidic in nature? So the answer is gibberellin. Okay, so all GAs are acidic. They produce a wide range of physiological response in plant. Their ability to cause an increase in length of the axis. Okay, see, this is the stunted rice plant and this is the rice plant with the proper growth. Okay, after applying the gibberellin. So what's the ability of gibberellin? Their ability to cause an increase in the length of the axis, which is used to increase the length. Okay, gibberellin cause fruits like apple to elongate and improves its shape. And please note that gibberellin, they delay senescence also. Senescence means death of tissue, so it delays senescence. Now Avena test, which confirms that it is responsible for longitudinal growth of stem. Okay, so Avena test, this is which is a piece of mica inserted on the shaded side, prevented curvature of the coleoptile. See, this is the coleoptile of a celery grass, and this is the unilateral illumination or only source of light. Okay, so this is a piece of a mica that is inserted on the shaded side that prevents the curvature of the coleoptile. That means it does not allow the coleoptile to bend towards the light. And this is B, but not when it was inserted on the illuminated side. If you eliminate or if you insert this mica piece on the illuminated side, then you cannot prevent the curvature of coleoptile. Okay, this is C, where tip of the coleoptile is removed. D, but was put back with a block of gelatin. See, this tip which was removed in the C was again put back with a block of gelatin. See, this is gelatin which glues together the two parts of the coleoptile. And this is E, which is normal phototropic curvature showing it is. Okay, that means it bent towards the light source. This is the light source. Okay, unilateral elimination. So the gibberellins, they are weakly acidic phytohormones which help in the longitudinal growth of stem students. Okay, that confirms Avena test. Now what's the function of gibberellins, students? They cause increase in the length of axis. So they are used to increase the length of grape stalks. Second function is that it elongates and improves the shape of the fruit. See, this is the shape of the fruit which is improved by application of gibberellin. You can see it in apple. Third function, as I told you, that they delay senescence. Senescence means death of the tissue. So gibberellin, it delays senescence of tissue. So the fruits can be left on the tree to extend the market period. Okay. And fourth function is that it is used to speed up malting process in brewing industry. Malting process means fermentation. So it speeds up the malting process in brewing industry. So by now you can say that gibberellins are the growth hormones that stimulate cell elongation and cause plant to grow taller. As you can see that this is the grape stalk which is elongated by the application of gibberellin, students. So gibberellins, they also have a role in other plant processes such as stem elongation, germination, flowering and fruit ripening. In humans, pituitary gland secretes the human growth hormone at appropriate time. The plastid of a plant, it secretes gibberellin in a similar fashion. This way you can correlate. Okay. And please note, students, once a plant releases gibberellins, its cell, they begin a process of elongation. As I told you that it's the main and the crucial function of gibberellin, that it increases the elongation process. Since plants, they are composed of single cells stalked on top of one another, this elongation of thousands of individual cells, they result in overall growth of the plant. So from this information you might deduce that gibberellins, they are extremely significant in greenhouse and florist industry throughout the world. And many dwarf plants that are used in landscaping, they are short because the plant either cannot produce gibberellins or its cells are not receptive to the hormone. So by now you have studied 4 functions, that it is the main crucial function of gibberellin, that it increases the length of the axis, or it helps in the cell elongation, and it increases the length of the grape stalks also. It elongates and improves the shape of fruit such as apple. Third is that it delays senescence, so the fruit can be left on the tree to extend the market period. And fourth, that it is used to speed up malting process in brewing industry. To be more precise, GA3. See, there are several forms. GA1, that means gibberellin A1, and gibberellin A2 and gibberellin A3. So specifically GA3, it is used to speed up malting process in brewing industry. Okay. Sugarcane, it stores sugar in stem. We very well know that. Okay. So spraying sugarcane crop with gibberellins, it increases the length of the stem. See, this longitudinal growth of the sugarcane is because of the application of gibberellin. Because gibberellins, they increase the length of the stalk. It increases the yield by as much as 20 tons per acre. Spraying juvenile conifers with the GAs, that is gibberellins, it hastens the maturity period. It leads to early seed production. This is another significance. Okay. And gibberellins, they also promotes bolting. Bolting means internode elongation. And what is internode? Internode is a distance between two nodes. And what is node? Node from where leaf arises. So gibberellins are used for bolting. That means for elongating internode just prior to the flowering. Specifically in beet, cabbage and many plant with rosette habit. See, this is cabbage which has rosette habit. Okay, so by now we have studied 7 functions of gibberellins. First, that it causes an increase in the length of the axis, as you can see in the sugarcane or in the grape stalks. And second, it causes fruit like apples to elongate and improves its shape. Third, it delays senescence, that means death of the tissue, it delays. And fourth, it is used in malting process, that is fermentation in brewing industry. And it also helps in elongating the length of the stem, as you have seen in sugarcane, and it promotes bolting, that is internode elongation just prior to flowering. Okay, let's see function of gibberellin in detail, students. This is stem elongation. This is the main function of gibberellin. Gibberellin causes stem elongation and leaf expansion. It is believed that certain types of dwarfness, they are due to gibberellin deficiency. That means if a plant is stunted, or if a plant shows a stunted growth, that means it has a very less or no gibberellin in it. Okay, but it is seen that gibberellin has no effect on roots. So a question may ask, which phytohormone does not show any effect on root? So answer is gibberellins. Okay, so this is the first and foremost function of gibberellin, that it is used for stem elongation and leaf expansion. It is believed that certain types of dwarfness are due to gibberellin deficiency. As you can see, this is a plant that is showing a stunted growth, has 0 gibberellin in it. Okay, so the influence of gibberellic acid on the growth of variety Meteor dwarf P, the plant on the left received no gibberellin and shows a typical dwarf habit. So this is dwarf plant, or a plant that is showing a stunted growth which has no gibberellin in it. That clearly shows that gibberellin is required for stem elongation and leaf expansion. Okay, the remaining plants were treated with GA. See, this progression is treated with GA, that is gibberellic acid. The dose per plant in microgram is shown. 0.05 microgram is given to this plant, and it has shown little bit betterment. Then 0.1 they show more betterment, and then 0.5, 1, 5 and 10. So this plant has enough gibberellin in it, and with doses up to 5 microgram, see, with dose up to 5 microgram, there is increased growth of the stem with increase in gibberellic acid dosage. This is a principle of dwarf P assay of gibberellins. Okay, so this is the first function of gibberellin, that it helps in the stem elongation and leaf expansion, students. Okay, now comes second functions, that is bolting. Bolting means just prior to the flowering, gibberellic acid, it increases the internode elongation. See, this is node. Okay, this is node and this is node, and this portion is internode. So what does gibberellic acid do? It increases the internode elongation, or it helps in the internode elongation just prior to the flowering. Gibberellic acid, it induces stem elongation in rosette plants. Rosette plants are in cabbage. Cabbage is a rosette plant with profuse leaf growth and retarded internodal length. I have already shown you a pic wherein I have shown you a cabbage with a stunted growth with a retarded internodal length and profuse leaf growth. So that kind of habit is called as rosette plant habit. And just prior to flowering, internode elongate enormously, and this is called as bolting. Bolting, it needs either long days or cold nights. Okay, so bolting means internode elongation just prior to the flowering. It needs either long days or cold nights. When a cabbage head is kept under warm night, it retains its rosette habit. Rosette habit means profuse leaf growth and retarded internodal length. Bolting, that means internode elongation, can be induced artificially by the application of gibberellins under normal condition. So this is rosette habit, that showing bolting in a rosette plant, that is cabbage. Example is cabbage, induced by the application of gibberellin. And this is treated plant of gibberellin by gibberellin that shows bolting, that means internode elongation, the elongated internode and flowering. Okay, so this is bolted shoot and this is rosette leaves. So this is another crucial function of gibberellin, that is bolting. Okay, another function of gibberellin is seed germination. Gibberellin, they promote seed germination in lettuce and cereals. Okay, and they help in breaking the seed dormancy. Dormancy means when seed remains inactive and it waits for the favorable season. So when you apply gibberellin to a dormant seed, then gibberellin, what does it do? It breaks the dormancy of bud and tubers, but in root tubers it inhibits the development of root tubers. Just remember that. That means it does not show any root elongation, but it shows shoot elongation. Shoot elongation means stem elongation. Another crucial function of gibberellin is parthenocopy. Gibberellin, it causes parthenocopy in apple and pear. Okay, that means seedless plant. With the help of gibberellin, we can produce seedless plants. That process is called as parthenocopy, and that fruit is called as parthenocarpic fruit. This is seen in apple and pear, students. Okay, another function of gibberellin is increasing the fruit size. Gibberellin, along with the auxin, I have already taught you about the auxin, which is very important phytohormone, or you can say a hormone of a plant. So gibberellin, along with the auxin, it controls the growth and development of fruits, and it helps in increasing fruit size. Then another function of gibberellin is flowering and sex expression. I have already taught you that gibberellin, they control flowering in long day plants. Gibberellin, they promote the production of male flowers. Please note that gibberellins, they promote the production of male flowers, either in place of female flowers in monoecious plant or in genetically female plants such as cucurbits. Cucurbit is a family where cucurbita or belongs to. Okay, so gibberellin, it controls flowering in long day plant and it promotes the production of male flowers. Please note that. Now let's see what are the commercial applications of gibberellins. It is used along with the auxin to induce parthenocopy. That means parthenocopy means seedless plant. For example, it is used to develop seedless grapes. If you want to produce or develop seedless grapes, then you have to apply gibberellins or gibberellic acid along with the auxin, because that induces parthenocopy. So this is first and foremost commercial application of gibberellin. Second, it is used to increase fruit size, as you have seen in case of apple, and bunch length in grapes, that the stalk length of the grape. Okay, so this is another commercial application of gibberellin. Third is gibberellic acid, that is GA3, to be more precise, GA3, which is a gibberellin that has been most studied. It is used in brewing industries, as I have taught you that it is used in malting. That means it helps in the fermentation. It causes barley seed to produce starch digesting enzyme like maltase and amylase. See, these two are enzyme. This process is called as malting. Okay, so gibberellic acid, to be more precise GA3, they help in malting or in the fermentation that causes barley seed to produce starch digesting enzyme like maltase and amylase, and this process is called as malting, students. So this is these three are commercial applications of gibberellins, that when gibberellic acid is applied along with the auxin, it is used to develop seedless grapes, and that process is called as parthenocarpy. And second application is that it helps in increasing fruit size and bunch length in grapes. Okay, and GA3 is a gibberellin that has been most studied, and it is used in brewing industry that causes barley seed to produce starch digesting enzymes like maltase and amylase. These two are most crucial enzymes that plays a very important role in malting process in brewing industry. Okay, so these three are the commercial applications of gibberellins. Now, what are the agriculture applications of gibberellins, students? First is plant growth and parthenocarpy, as I just taught you, that it helps in increased yield, and better shape of grape is obtained by treating the fruit bunches with gibberellic acid. It induces parthenocarpy in apple, pears and tomato and cucumbers. Second, it delays ripening process, it delays fruit maturity and senescence in lemon, orange and cherries. This helps in storing the fruit also. And third is flowering, that it helps the flowers in the flowering of many long day plants. So these are the agriculture prospects of gibberellic acids. Okay, it breaks the dormancy of the seed. As we know that gibberellin treatment help in breaking dormancy in seed potatoes, that results in uniform crop emergence. Okay, and fifth agricultural application of gibberellin is malting, that have been used to increase synthesis of various hydrolytic enzymes such as amylase, ribonuclease, protease in alluron cells of barley. Okay, that helps in the fermentation and thus producing beer in brewing industry. Okay, so these are the agricultural prospects of gibberellins. Okay, and this was all about gibberellic acid. In my next section of the presentation, we will discuss about the cytokinin, which is another most important phytohormone. Okay, so till then, stay tuned and keep watching Edupedia Word videos. Thank you.
Drop a like and do share. Leave your comments and do not forget to subscribe for more videos.